Good evening, YouTube, or afternoon, YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony Muse with Final Fantasy XIV. Today we are most likely, or absolutely, if not, going to be seeing the ending of 2.0 of the original A Realm Reborn content. Because I have two main instances to do from here. Castrum Meridianum, to where we break through and bring down the shield guarding the Praetorium, and also the Praetorium, which is the final dungeon of 2.0. This, what we're going to be doing, was the end game when this game first relaunched. Oh, before Heavensward launched, they added about 5 different stages of extra content after that, or 5 different arcs of extra content after that, which were very good, yes, and amazing what they added to the game. But when I first started playing this game, when it first got re-released, back when Naoki Yoshida took over for the original producer of the game, what we're going to be doing today was the end game. And I remember being floored about how amazing and epic it was. Because I did this stuff with an amazing guild of amazing people who allowed me to do the cutscenes at my own pace rather than wait for them. Now, we're not going to do that. I'm going to skip all the cutscenes out of necessity because I can't expect everybody else to do what I did. So, without that much more preamble, let's get to Northern Thanalan and let's get working on this. Okay, I was hoping to have had fans' attention, but he seems to be otherwise occupied. Let me check my friends list. It looks like we're doing this on our lonesome. So to make up for these several dozens of minutes of cutscenes, I'm going to do Castrum Meridianum, then I'm going to show you the cutscenes after the fact. And explain where each of them took place in the scheme of things. And I'm hoping to high hell that I'm not main tanking this. I shouldn't be because of how many people run this daily for tomestones and shit. Okay. Love this song. It usually means something awesome is is in the process of being said. Brothers and sisters of the Alliance, I would share with you glad tidings. Doubtless spurred on by news of the siege of Castrum Oriens, the Maelstrom has struck a double blow. Castrum Occidens and Castrum Meridianum are now under blockade. Phase 2 of Operation Archon is a success. Reports tell us the Garleans offered fierce resistance, but the Admiral yielded to them not 1 inch. With Occidens, Meridianum, and Orients thus suppressed, the 3rd phase may begin in earnest. Even as we speak, the Order of the Twin Adder moves to block the railway leading hither from Castrum Sentry, and that can mean one thing. The hour has come to strike at the heart of the Garlean invasion force. Castrum Meridianum, the den of the Black Wolf. My fellow Eorzeans, I am Minfilia, mistress of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. There exist myriad barriers that divide us, those of race, of nation, of language, of creed, to name a few. Such barriers serve to isolate us from our neighbors, yet they also serve to define who we are. Shorn of them, there would be little to distinguish one from another, and the rich variety of our lives would give way to sterile orthodoxy. These barriers can never truly be broken down, of course, not so long as there is liberty in the world, but they can be transcended. Verily, we do so now in coming together for this grand adventure, to fight side by side in defense of our shared home. Before me stands the adventurer, my character. You all know her as the woman who will lead the unit tasked with destroying the Ultima weapon. We Scions knew a different her, however. We knew her as a dear friend who endured untold hardship on our behalf. A true hero who has ever blazed a path for us to follow. And why do I tell you this? I tell you, friends, because it's time for us to blaze a path for her. Our objective is to wreak such havoc outside the walls of the Castrum as to afford her and her comrades the time they will need to disable the Magitech generator within. With the path thus created, we may finally turn our minds on the true goal of this operation, the destruction of Ultima Weapon. All troops, prepare for battle! Finally, some proper salutes. I fear I cannot accompany you this time. The unenviable task of facilitating communications between our forces has been entrusted to the Ironworks, you see. Know, though, that I will be praying for your safe return. And so will my hair. See that you come back to us, my friend. May the crystal bless and keep you. That's an almost Catholic blessing there. We will suffer the Black Wolf to prowl our lands no more. Let us teach the hunter what it is to be hunted. Forward, comrades, for Eorzea! And yeah, for Eorzea. Go now, and bring us one step closer to the dawn. And it looks like I'm about to get baby's first tombstones, okay? Just checking on a couple of things. And yeah, it looks like Fan is AFK, so no super healer. Sorry, a friend of mine is talking about their cat dying. I need to address this momentarily. Okay, so let us get in for the Castrum. Oh, Jesus! That was fast. Cutscene we're skipping. Bonus of tombstones, okay. He's pulling all of them. Oh shit. Oh, he's pulling the whole damn dungeon. Holy shit, biscuit. Okay, so this is what a high-end tank can do, everybody. If you can't hear yourself thinking, that's good, because neither can I. I'm here to basically pull ads off of the bosses, or off the end casters and over to the other tank. Because there will be ads that come in here. Holy shit. I forgot how loud this can be. Turning down my own volume. Oh, we don't need to worry about this. We're... Holy shit. Never seen stuff die that fast. This is what happens when level 70s come into a level 50 dungeon with their gear. See if I can remember the old speedrun strats for this place. Examine this guy, and he's not even in Uber gear. He's only in He's only in store-bought shit. Jesus. I'm not... I don't know what Kyra Moon did, but I hope they're okay. Yeah, you can see them telling people you can watch the cutscenes later, which is what we're going to do. But yeah, you're seeing just what 8 people can do when 7 of them at least have their head in the game. And that person would rather watch the cutscenes than keep up with us. Aw, tap dancing Christ. What I'm doing in this fight is not going to look like it's making much sense. But here we have Sid in that old bit of mech that we saved earlier. Ba-boom! Ba-boom! Can you tell we like that cannon so much? Hey, Master. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the like. Thank you for thank you for coming in and showing props, man. I appreciate it. Oh, for this boss. We're killing stuff so fast that the usual tactic of me pulling the NPCs to the tank is probably not going to function. Remember that train they were talking about in the story? We're about to fight that train. This is that train right here. We've also specifically got to try to keep him safe. We did it. We caught him. We kept him. Okay, that's good. Oh shit, more of them. We got it. Okay. We're going to take a break after we finish this dungeon to watch all the cutscenes that we're skipping. Figure it's only fair to y'all for... Now we continue forward. We're almost to the final boss of this place, and it's not even been 20 minutes. That's how down these people are with speedrunning this place. Okay. Doing good, cat. Doing good. Okay, now we have an interesting boss. This is a two-faced boss. While she's on her mech, we can't do shit to her. We've got to load the artillery. The rest of us are basically just here to That's what happens when you wait on the cutscene, or when you don't wait on the cutscene. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, Roxy. Now we get to wreck her face. This is for Veggie Buddy, damn it. Goddamn cutscene person. Oh shit. Focus on me, let them do their thing. And the boss is dead. The final boss is dead. I'm giving my props to the other tank because they're a warrior and they did well. I don't expect to get a single combo off of this because I was the off tank. The off tank is basically DPS who sucks. Well, we got our first tombstones off of this. Now that that's done, we're going to go watch the cutscene. I knew you wouldn't let us down, soldier. With the Praetorium stripped of its defenses, the way to ultimate weapon lies open. It is time come. The time has come for the final phase of Operation Archon. And we will be back for that as soon as I went and watched the cutscenes. Now, that probably, to other people, looked like a bunch of gobbledygook, but to be fair, it kind of was. An 8-man raid is slightly chaos. Because you have two tanks, and one tank is basically supposed to be there to pull aggro off of the non-tanks to get it back to the main tank to damage. The trick with that is, we were killing things too fast for that to really matter. Now, we'll try to my in-room and show you the cutscenes. How do I use those? Oh, well, we'll figure it out later. Rock the Castrum. Okay. Wrong cutscene, right. Okay. Castrum Meridianum, here we go. The first cutscene is probably just going to be fly through. Giving us an idea of what we're looking at. You know, a dirty, big, evil base of evilness. With all that technology in this fantasy world, you know, filthying things up. Here's a second cutscene. Oh, that's us lowering the shield to get into the first boss. And that airship watching from above. The one we blew up with the cannons right before the final boss. And here's us fighting that first Magitech armor. They legitimately made a cutscene of it coming out. Oh, that's what's that for? That is, I need an alchemist to craft orchestrons? Okay. So it's stuff I really can't get rid of, but it's taking up space. Gotcha. Here's the fourth cutscene from after it blew up. The one that moon person, you know, hung up on for so long. If I didn't know better, I'd swear you have a personal grudge against Magitech armor. Yeah, after that fight, this is the cutscene that would have played. What can I say? I couldn't bear to let you have all the fun. Don't worry, Biggs and Wedge have everything in hand. Truth be told, I think they like having the work of 3 men. Wedge isn't exactly pleased to be left behind, though, and made quite sure I knew it. I must say, our recent struggles have done wonders for the lad's spirit. Given the size of the place, I suspected there might be an armor or 3 to be had, and here we are. Not as bad as I thought. If I have half of Marquis's talent for mending things, I should be able to get it working again. Marquis was the identity he took when he had amnesia. Listen, we intercepted an Imperial communication indicating that Ultima Weapon is indeed being housed in the Praetorium. We also learned that the field which protects the compound is powered by no fewer than 3 generator towers. If you're to deactivate the field, you need to locate and disable them all, and I'm here to help you do just that. See that chute? It leads to waste disposal. Somewhere nearby, there will be a ceruleum facility supplying fuel to the closest of the towers. Find the place and break things. Go on ahead, I'll be along as soon as I finish my repairs. Wrecking shit seems to be what I'm good at. This is the cutscene after we wrecked the tower. And this is the second boss. And then there's that airship dropping a big old mech in front of us. And here's what happened after we wrecked that mech. In comes Sid with another Magitech, the one he just repaired. There you are. I didn't have the patience to take the long way around. I see you've disabled the first generator, that leaves us 2. Ah, bugger, that was me, wasn't it? Well, there's nothing for it but to press on. We must see the remaining generators before the enemy has a chance to regroup. You go on ahead, I'll bring up the rear. Well, let's raise some hell. Yes, that many cutscenes in something that people do for yeah. There was the guy by the train wrecked. Fine work. Stand clear, I have a mind to loose some fireworks. Diverting all power to cannons. Yes, he just shot the tower with it. Okay. These are the cutscenes that we missed. Damn it, there goes the core. I fear I may have overestimated its maximum operating capacity by a few orders of magnitude. I blame Marquis. Again, he's blaming himself. Ahem. We need to find another way to bring down the 3rd generator. Well, well, the traitor himself, with his meddlesome friend for company. You go on ahead. I need to get to the bottom of something. There's that airship we blew up. It's me, are you alright? That's an assault aircraft you're up against. You don't stand a chance with conventional weapons. There's something you need to bring it down. A mortar, a cannon, anything. Hold on, I'm on my way. That was meant to tell you to use the cannons if you didn't already know. But again, like I said, people skip all of this because they've done it 1,000 times before, and they just want the tombstones. And there goes the third shield tower. Fools! If you were resolved to die here, you might at least have done so without making a mess of the place. I see that Garland is not with you. More's the pity. I had hoped to slay him myself, but never mind the traitor for now. I have so looked forward to this meeting. You know, yes, I know much and more about you, about your strength, and about your hidden talents. I would sample them firsthand, and you will indulge me. See what I mean about several minutes of cutscenes? My lord was quite taken with you and this power you possess, the Echo. Naturally, I could not help but wonder whom this princess among women might be, only to discover you are but another adventurer, no better than the multitude. Yet, in spite of this, the masses hold you their champion, and shower honors upon your head. It defies all reason. How is it that you could be such a thorn in our side? Wherever you appear, you leave havoc in our wake. You even slew Retain, one of our very best. Well, I will not speculate. Truth be told, I couldn't care less how you have done these things. What matters to me is the fact that you have done them. If you are allowed to continue, you will eventually deprive me of all that I have toiled for, all that is mine by right, my minions, my comrades, even my Lord Gaius. Well, you cannot have him! His dreams, his ambitions, his body and soul, they are mine. Do you hear me? All mine! I lost everything before. I will not suffer it to happen again. I will kill you. Only your death can bring me peace. No, it's happening all over again. Please, I cannot bear it. Don't take him away from me. My Lord Gaius. Bah. Another poor fool who craved Gaius' affection over all else. May her soul know rest. 'Tis a miracle no harm has come to you, my friend, one for which I will happily give thanks. And the wonders do not end there. Truthfully now, Did you really mean to send that assault craft crashing into the generator tower? If you did, well, you're a fucking liar. If you didn't, well, you're too modest. I used the American English version of the British English used there. Whichever you are, you managed to open the way to the Praetorium. The only problem is, we can't reach it on foot. Nay, we'll need the Enterprise. I left her at the processing plant, so let's regroup there. This is it. The final confrontation awaits. Now we are about to start the final dungeon of 2.0. And we lost the fan. Looks like he ended up logging out of Discord. Oh well, not a problem, not a problem. But now can you see why I'm so head over heels over this damn game? Well, before we do anything else, I am going to stop and see if I might be able to spend those tombstones I got. Where do I see my tombstones? It said I got 100 of them. Oh. Okay, so there's different flavors of tombstone for doing different things. Poetics, which are the basic lore, scripture, verity, and creation are the new ones. Here's the weird thing for me. Poetics were like the fourth tier of them that were like just on the way in when I was on the way out of the game. So this is like 9 tiers worth of stuff to me. Anyway, we're going to go, before we go to Gridania, or sorry, Northern Thanalon to do the Praetorium, I'm going to go replace one item level 28 piece of gear. That is, if I can. I might need a lot more than what I've got. Stones of Poetics. Accessories. And I do. I'm going to need 20 more than, or 60 more than what I got. But when I get there, it will be worth it. Well, let's get to the processing plant. Help if I hit the right thing. So I'm a bit distracted, mentally overwhelmed. This is big stuff for me because there's quite a few epic things that happen in this next dungeon that we're going to have to see in cutscene form. What do you got from your Raban? Raban has some parting words for you ahead of the final phase of Operation Archon. For the final phase of the operation, my flames will storm Castrum Meridianum and suppress what is left of the Imperial garrison. If all goes well, this will allow you to reach the Praetorium unopposed, fit and ready for your encounter with Ultima Weapon. Yours is the most dangerous mission of all, but the best must bear the heaviest burden, and you're the best we have. There is not another soul in this realm that could see this deed done, and Melvib and Kanye are of the same mind as me. Though all hangs on your success, you must not let your plight make you desperate. Victory belongs to the bold, not the reckless. Bards are wont to sing of heroes who valued their lives at naught next to honor, love, and liberty, but I tell you now, that which men value at naught, they sell cheap. Risk no more than you must, you hear me? Now best you're off, we have work to do, the both of us. See that your preparations are in order and report to Sid. He awaits you with the Enterprise at the cerulean processing plant. May Ralger give you strength. But I'm going to warn you, there's going to be a metric crap ton of cutscenes here. We're probably going to run way over our 2-hour normal limit. The Enterprise is at your disposal. When you're ready to head for the Praetorium, you need only say the word. If we succeed in destroying the Ultima Weapon, it will deal a crippling blow to the Empire's hopes of conquest. After that, the 14th Legion would not dare to move against us. Barring the discovery of further Allagan doomsday devices, that is. Let us be on our way. Gaius and his plaything await. Now we wait for 7 other people to show up. Bam! We're finally starting to do stuff the endgame people do because tombstones. And roulettes. El Cutsceno Skippo. Oh, more poetics. I'll be able to get that ring. All right, lead on. Tank isn't even in Sordo. What the fuck are you doing? Oh. Okay. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm going to be acting like it's my first time through. I remember some of it, but it's basically, we follow a tank. Now we wait for everybody else. It's 5 of us. I think we're all here. Time for another cutscene skippo. Okay. I told everybody, I told the group, say hi folks, I'm streaming this. And the response was, so we gotta wipe a few times, right? Sometimes a pug can be some funny sons of bitches, I swear. Yuduki, get on the bus. Okay. Elevator go up, elevator go down. Hey, fan. You could have been healing this. Can you tell people have this run down pat? Yep, we're doing the Praetorium. Like I said, you could have been healing this, buddy. You're probably glad you aren't. Oh, so that's the Manderville. I gotta learn that shit someday. Say hello to an old friend. Somebody just leveled. Congratulations. Ha 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 ha! So we've got 2 red mages, a samurai, a machinist, an astrologian, a white mage, a healer, and a warrior. Notice if we kill them things so fast, we're at a combo of like 20 at this point. Ha 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 ha. Don't start the fight without me. Remember the redhead guy with the Cobra helmet? That's him. We're wrecking his shit now. And look how fast he just went down. We'll show those cutscenes later. We can't right now. We might even sub 20 this. That would be insane. And here's Gaius. You want to dash home to it? Well, let's dance. like impressive. Now it's my turn. We're killing him so fast, the mechanics I'm used to seeing aren't happening. Here we go. And it was at that certain amount of HP, he runs the hell off. Yeah, we're doing both jack and shift to him. But right now, it's invincible. Harken into the crystal bearer for the fully start of lab steel. That would triumph, look to the light. The root is essence torn from multiple weapons. So basically, as we fight this, the essences of the various primals are being ripped away from it. By Hydaelyn, the goddess. That would triumph, look to the light. Titans as well, impossible. Impossible. Now it's only using the powers of Ifrit. If this wasn't going so quickly and I wasn't zoomed into the chaos, you would be seeing that it would be dropping Ifrit and Garuda's finals all over the dungeon. That was triumph, look to the light. No, how are you doing this? This is a 3-stage boss fight. That was just the first. Now we gotta kill it before it casts Ultima. This is where the fertilizer hits the windmill. Remember that final boss from Karn? They're not even bothering, okay. This is just a burn phase. If we fail this burn phase, it's over. We didn't. Now we have one last boss fight. Against La Habrea. If that was Triumph, now let's look to the light. Ha ha ha, you are a strong warrior of light. Know that if I should perish, so too will the mortal in whose flesh I reside. Mark not the minion's subtle words. Only light may banish the darkness. Receive of me of this power, my child, and raise thy crystal aloft. We're going to give that healer who decided to stay the cutscene, or the... Now we're going to leave and we're going to enjoy probably a good shitload of cutscenes. Because there's cutscenes ahoy after this, and there's cutscenes ahoy in the dungeon that we missed. And I got 3 out of 7 commendations, so not too shabby. Oh! It's the mech we helped repair and saved. And it came to save me. Shepherd Commander? Oh, man. Now watch the final moments of a valorous if misguided individual.
And so my conquest ends, Cid. In smoke and ashes.
What the hell do you think I am? This isn't the Millennium Falcon.
Hear, feel, think.
Remember that armor I was wearing in the very first cutscene when I created my character? Right here.
Beloved daughter.
Shutting up.
Darkness hath fled before the unclosed brilliance of thy spirit. Yet it lingereth still, beyond the sight of men, in forgotten corners of the world. In the depths of the abyss yet resideth the Dark One, watchful ever, till this evil be cast out. Never shall the world know aught but a passing peace. Yet for the present, a gentle light shineth o'er the realm of Eorzea. With thee at its heart. From sparkling moat shall it swell to glorious sun, and all the world shall bask in its warmth.
Remember, when the game first relaunched, this was the ending.
Blessings and joy be upon thee. Go forth, my child, and be as a beacon of hope for Eorzea and the lands beyond through all the days of thy life.
Now remember, this isn't just me that's the chosen one. Every single player character in the game is also been chosen by the goddess like this.
My lady, all Twin Adder units have fallen back to the outer perimeter.
The Flames have completed their withdrawal, General.
Admiral, all hands accounted for.
She's still in there.
They're talking about me.
Sid, has there been no word?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Damnation!
She's going to make it, I know she is. Ida is right. We must have faith.
Excuse me?
Sid, can they not be evacuated aboard the Enterprise? That adventurer and the Scions are as the Warriors of Light reborn. We cannot abandon them to their fate. Not again.
I wholeheartedly agree, but flying into the midst of that would only add to the fireworks.
Interesting thing to note. That's one thing they did as a benefit to Final Fantasy 1 or Final Fantasy 14 1.0 players, was that any characters you had when the servers went down that last day were carried over to 2.0 as, you know, as a legacy. I forgot there was a special benefit you got for it. I can't remember what it was. I believe it boiled down to a different starting where they recognized you as one of the actual Warriors of Light. I could be wrong.
There must be something we can do.
Please, Mother Hydaelyn. Please light her way through the darkness.
Look into the light, my child. If thou would see thy companions returned safe to thee, reach out to them now.
There!
Oh, so the Echoes is also a new type sensory power, too. Okay.
Oh!
Run, Forest! And here's the triumphant version of the Final Fantasy theme again.
Our Warrior of Light.
Yes! The hero returns!
Legitimately one of my favorite pieces of music ever, if not.
Is with her.
Thank the 12!
Thank Hydaelyn.
You know, fuck thanking the god, thank me, I'm the one that did it.
Welcome home.
And the mech's all wrecked. More cutscene time.
You almost got us killed that one time, remember?
Now, we both know that was your fault.
I'm gonna stay quiet
Thank
for this.
the 12, we're safe.
Mind your horns there, man-bull.
Mayhap when you mind your manners.
Though the crystal that bound Thancred is no more, I doubt we can say the same of La Habrea. And even if we could, we know that he is not alone. Confounded Ascians. Their god may be unknown to us, but their zeal is unquestionable. Suffice it to say, it would be folly to assume that they no longer pose a threat. Nevertheless...
We're talking about the voice actor there for Hydaelyn. The voice actor for Gaius. Oh, Richard Epcar. He does anime work.
For now, we must savor what peace we have won, however ephemeral. Do you see, Grandfather? Our first step
Kyle
towards
Herbert,
realizing
also an
the
anime
dream
actor.
for which you gave your life.
Amy Bolton and Grant George. Names I don't know. Looks like it's Japanese, English,
Friends,
French,
the dread
German.
night of imperial tyranny and Ascian machination is ended. A new day now begins in Eorzea.
True to their name, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, along with our champion, have delivered us from darkness.
Let their shared victory serve to remind us of our shared history. And let their bravery in the face of adversity inspire future generations.
Doubt not, the realm will need bravery in the days to come. Old rifts threaten to divide us within our walls, while hordes of beastmen claw at our gates. And though the Black Wolf be slain, the rest of the pack remains.
And a different actor for Thancred.
No
Okay.
foe need we fear, so long as we stand as one.
So long as the Scions stand for peace.
So long as our champion stands fast. For there exists no adversity over which we may not jointly prevail.
No longer can we turn a blind eye to the suffering of our allies.
No nation stands alone. If one should fall, so shall we all. Eorzea is our shared home. For any one of us to know peace, so too must our neighbor.
Sam
Just as
Riegel
we
and
join
Simone
in
B.
solidarity before you this day, so too shall our grand companies be joined henceforth to strive not only for the good of mere nations, but for the good of all the realm.
Change will not come overnight. Yet I foresee a day, not so very far from now, when the lines that divide our lands fade, and all of Eorzea is one.
Till all are one. Wait, that's a different series.
It has been but 5 short years since the Battle of Cartano. 5 years since the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. No victory, however sweet, can wash away our bitter sorrows. No triumph can reclaim those we lost. Yet do not presume you honor them by dwelling on the past. It was not the past they fought for. You would repay their sacrifice by looking to the future.
A future united, as the warriors of light united in the champion.
Now is the time for us to rise as one, bearing all of Eorzea on our shoulders.
5 years ago, Eorzea bore witness to the end of the 6th Astral Era. Now, the 7th Umbral Era draws to a close, yet we come together not to glory in its end, but to mark a new beginning.
She's crossing a gun with swords. Holy shit.
That on this day, by the light of the crystal, Eorzea ushered in a new era. The 7th astral era is come. And thus is ours a realm reborn.
Title drop. One thing to remember, in all of this, Ishgard gave no fucks. They're like, oh, does this Garlean invasion involve dragons? No? Well, screw off. Okay, well, I'm going to skip this because this music here is, of all the stuff in Final Fantasy, is copyrighted, and I don't want my stream struck. And Meteor Survivors. This is a list of all the people whose characters are the names of all the characters that were on the servers when they went down. I'm going to wait for one name because I have characters that are on this list. Because I was one of the original people who played 1.0. And while I never got very far, I did play. But these are the names of all the characters, like I said, from 1.0 who were active on the servers when they went down. This here is a tribute to all the people who helped them get to 2.0, who funded the game through their subs to keep it going. I think it was very good of Yoshi P to put this in, to give credit where credit was due like that. We're getting to the L's. We're getting to the L's. A-L. Hiro Akihito. That's not a name I would ever use, mostly because it's the name of the sitting emperor, and it's considered extremely impolite to use the name of the standing emperor of Japan. All these Akiras, several of them horribly spelled. A-L-I, A-L-I. Alcyon Palazzo. A-L-I. Where are the A-L-I's? Lots of Alexanders. You might have had to sign up for this. I don't remember. Alias, Aliang. For whatever name. Ah, my names aren't on here. Oh, well. Special thanks. So this is going to say you, the player. Oh, no, it's going to say actual names. We're going to skip this too because here is the after credits scene because they don't skimp you on that for skipping the credits. Acid trip time. This isn't an echo power, is it? What is this? Ooh. Dark crystal. This can't be good. That's not Hydaelyn. like that. Kind of, sort of. As I've been saying repeatedly during the session long, this isn't the end of the game. This was the end of the game in 2013, back in the day.
There's no time to spare.
It's not the end of the game now. It was the end of the game 4 years ago.
Dread tidings, chaos and carnage! It is an abomination! A primal has awakened!
And now the adventure continues.
Bahamut move.
Bahamut stirs. As will the others ere long. Tis not a question of whether Eorzea's champion shall yield, but of when. And with each passing moment, we draw closer to the reckoning. Right, that's what I've been saying, fan. This was the end as of version 2.0. There was a whole story arc for 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, and 2.5. To the one true God, the flying spaghetti monster. To Zodiark. Oh, Zodiark. The shit. Zodiark was the name of one of the summoned. I forgot what I think they were called Aeons. Or it might have been. It wasn't Eidolon. That was Final Fantasy. Oh, no, it wasn't Aeons either. It was the name of one of the summoned creatures in Final Fantasy XII. So seeing that there makes no sense. Unless they're just borrowing... they're borrowing names. So that's their allusion to Final Fantasy XII, as is the weird facial symbol-y bullshit they have. And thus the dawnbreak on a realm reborn. But where there is light, there is always shadow. Clap, 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 clap. They're all good. Wow. I've never known so many people to give someone the clap before. You're right. The Archons have conducted a preliminary investigation into the aura of the roar that rang out during the celebration. Their findings strongly suggest that a new primal has appeared. The roar generated a distinctive wave pattern in the aether, a pattern observed only once in history, 5 years ago to be precise. I should like to think it mere coincidence, but we cannot discount that possibility. Well, I trust I need to say no more. At great sacrifice, we have delivered Eorzea from the threat posed by the Empire and the Primals, and thereby secured peace. We cannot well allow the realm to be plunged into chaos once more. You have given all for your cause, risking life and limb on I know not how many occasions, yet our struggle continues, and we need you now no less than before. Please continue to stand with us. Together we shall safeguard the future of the realm, of this very star. Achievement unlocked, Warrior of Light. Recurring problem, what's this? Oh, that's the unlock for the hard mode trials. I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I'm afraid there is still work to do. The Ultima weapon's destruction, it would seem, has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call upon their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh my, is it my turn to say something? Ahem, basically, this means that the primals will be stronger than they were before. Too long didn't read the hard mode versions of things. Thank you, fan, thank you. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of Ultima Weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that as the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must need turn to us once more. To you. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear any connection to any beast tribe, yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you now undertake this mission? Of course. This primals thing had us do the 3 hard mode versions. After you did all 3 hard modes for Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan, it then unlocked the Binding Coil of Bahamut, which was at the time of before the release of Heavensward, the hardest content in the game. You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. Ahem. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow Scion. But instead, I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it will not happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now, and I hope to return to my duties again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to ever press forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of them threatening to appear, it is easy to be overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Urian J has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. And now let's go ahead and get the 2.1 start in. The price of principles. You notice the reward for quests has gone way down. That's to keep you from over-leveling and being max level when you start Heavensward. It pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, my lady. The gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius von Baelsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the odds of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, their message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for a certain surprise, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Science of the Seventh Dawn, it was our goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they warrant greater investigation? Our Valdesian colleagues have been generous beyond measure. We cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I do not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose on you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. And now, before we do any of that speaking, we're going to go watch those cutscenes I promised you. There is a great heavy shitload of them. Check something really quick. That's mount speed capped out everywhere. Well, except for... Dio Joseph. At least come up with a more... I mean, if you're going to use a name from an anime, at least use an accurate name rather than melding two together. That's like this one Naruto I passed by before that had a character name of... What was it again? Uchiha Hinata. Or another time I saw somebody named Cloud Leonhardt. I've got new titles to mess with. Let's see what we've got. Thought I had the Warrior of... I thought, oh, Warrior of Light isn't a title, but I can add on. It's just... Wait a minute, it should be. Anyway. Taking a little bit of a calming, relaxing run because this has been a long session today. Hellscream, seriously? Lysosome organelle. I think that one was kind of cute. Using a very nerdy name. But yeah, you can hear my throat after all this voice acting today. So after we get this cutscene viewed, I'm probably going to call it. Kurumi Tsukino. Well, at least you're ripping off Sailor Moon, so you get a pass for that. This is the first cutscene to fly through the Praetorium to show us just what we can expect. Yeah, we were pretty much airdropped in like a bunch of airborne rangers, no kidding. So here we are. The ultimate weapon will almost certainly be housed in the depths of the complex. They added this into the initial flyover. That's cool. Sid having them leave him behind? No kidding. This is it, my friend. Let's see how many more cutscenes we have before we go any further. Yo, 12. Gaius! Ah, Sid, my boy, you are late. There is something I always meant to tell you, yet the time never seemed right. It concerns your father. What of him? In the winter of his years, Midas came to abhor his part in Meteor. He told me that he wanted nothing more than to wash his hands of the whole sordid business. But he did not wash his hands of it. He helmed the project until the very day it killed him. Come now, Sid. You must know that he did not have the luxury of choice. By the time he realized his error, it was too late. Meteor had him completely in its thrall. Meteor was their operation to drop the moon of Dalamud. Shortly before his transformation, mayhap sensing something was amiss, your father confided into me all the regrets of his life. Most of them concerned you. Early on in your career, he realized that while you had a talent for devising armaments, it would never fulfill you. Long before you knew your own mind, he saw that you would be far happier using your knowledge for peaceful purposes, and the thought touched him. He was a changed man for it, though he could not let it show. You blew holes in this place just so you could say this to me? What is it you want, Gaius? I want you at my side, Sid. Take up your father's mantle and become the Empire's lead engineer. It was your destiny. No, Luke. I am your father. My father had a change of heart. You said so yourself. Besides, I have long known my destiny, and I assure you it lies not with the Empire. A pity. And what of you, adventurer? Would you not consider making common cause with me? With your powers joined to mine, we might do much for this realm. Together, we could bring order to Eorzea and usher in a lasting peace. No? And I can expect no answer better than this? So be it. It was your strength that made me proffer my hand in friendship, and it is your strength that makes me proffer now my blade. Save as an ally, you are too dangerous to be let to remain. And again, up until his death, he believed himself entirely justified for every single thing he did. Every single shitty thing we've seen over the course of the game. Run, Cid, or stay. It makes no matter. You cannot escape the past. Gaius, wait! Damn it. And that was the first boss fight. This is that boss taking a tumble. Knowing Gaius, he is headed for the ultimate weapon. If we find him, so too will we find our quarry. With these instruments, we can monitor every nook and cranny in the Castrum. I think it's time we divided our forces. Pray, go on and give chase. I'll track down your movements from here and guide you through the complex. We'll stay in contact via link pearl. Be careful, alright? I know it's not the same as seeing it during the mission, but we couldn't see it during the mission. That would have held everybody up and they would have been pissed. And this is where we found the Magitech armor. It's our buddy! Ah, there she is. I trust you recognize our old friend. Maggie, was it? They must have shipped her here from Sentry. Considering all she's been through, it's a wonder she's still operational. Tough old girl. Now you're suitably armed, you can blast open that bulkhead. The entire walkway will take you back there. Follow it till you come upon a way down to the lower level. That bulkhead is composed of a special alloy, extremely tough. Ordinary fire won't leave a mark, I'm afraid. You'll need to divert all power to the Magitech cannon, as I did so once before. As you may recall, the armor's core is like to expire from the strain, but there's no help for it if we want to press on. Now then, press the control. Engage ancillary, then fire away. Don't mind the warning lights. Wave motion gun, fire! Aw, poor buddy. You're a natural at this. All right, the way is clear, but it's just you and your own 2 feet down there, so be careful. This is probably going to be the fight with Nero here. You've been leaving a fine mess in your wake, adventurer. Is someone there? Garland, old friend. How it warms the heart to hear your voice again after all these years. Nero, is that you? You sound well. It would seem this savage land agrees with you. The highest ranking tribunus of the 14th? It was you all this time? Tell me, Garland, how long do you intend to keep the glory for yourself? What? You've lost me. Don't play the fool with me. Ever since the Academy, I've been condemned to live in your shadow. By all objective measure, I was the more talented of the two of us. Yet that fact counted for naught beside your privileged birth. You were admired as a young prodigy simply because your father was the great Midas Dan Garland. When you defected, I was sure my star would finally rise. But by disappearing, you acquired the status of a legend, your reputed genius gaining credence merely by dint of your absence. Instead of cursing you for a traitor, the people actually came to think of you more fondly. To this day, you are still the young prodigy of Magitech. I, meanwhile, have been ever made to feel second-rate. I, who continue to serve our nation faithfully. Whenever I fail to excel, why, it is only to be expected. Yet, when I exceed all reasonable expectations, people proclaim that I walk in the footsteps of the great Sidnan fucking Garland. Nero, I don't know what to say. It matters not a whit what I achieve. Your existence has rendered mine worthless. Even Lord Balesar fit to offer you a place at his side, in spite of your betrayal. Did he extend any such offer to me, the man who has remained loyal to him all these years? Why, no, he did not. Long have I endured this injustice, but no more. Lord Van Balesar is in the midst of activating the fully powered Ultima weapon. It is my magnum opus, the creation that will win me the recognition I am due. I will not let anyone interfere. Nero, what are you... He smacked his own communicator turned off. Ever since I set foot in this benighted land, I have watched you. Every move you have made, every step you have taken. You have felled icons, a feat made possible by the Echo, a peculiar power which shields you from their influence. It is of little wonder my lord has taken an interest in you. As have I, if truth be told. It is my desire to harness your power for use in the Ultima weapon. A giant warhammer. Is that a revolver barrel on that damn thing? Should I succeed, Lord Van Balesar will surely take notice. Beside this, Garland's achievements will be as child's play. Come, adventurer, and yield to me the secrets of your power. That was 6 of 13, everybody. This changes nothing. Who put the lights out and now he's gone? Ninja vanish. Ha ha ha. The ultimate weapon is activated and it brims with the power of icons. Nothing can withstand its might. Are you alright? What of Nero? Fled? Damn it! In the instant prior to the blackout, the instruments detected a massive power surge from the deepest chamber. Gaius is certain to be there. We have no time to waste. Word has arrived from the Alliance a short while ago. It seems the Order of the Twin Adder has completed its blockade of Castrum Sentry. With the hands they can spare are hastening their way... Blah, blah, blah. What hands they can spare are hastening this way as we speak, and likewise the Maelstrom. All that is left is to destroy the Ultima weapon. I should warn you, the chamber which houses the target appears to be saturated with etheric energies. There's bound to be heavy interference. But even if we lose contact, you must go on. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do, alright? We're in the home stretch.
Look for the lips control panel. It'll be somewhere nearby.
Now we got voiced ones. That was Sid.
Take the lid down, and you should find yourself in the chamber of the Ultima weapon.
Battles on freight elevators have seemed to have been a thing since. It's meant to be quiet and staticky and breaking up.
Don't even think about that. You're too bloody useful. The interference is getting worse. I don't think the connection will last much.
Yep. Connection just went out. Not on the game, but on him.
Tell me, for whom do you fight?
An interactive cutscene.
How very glib. And do you believe in Eorzea? Eorzea's unity is forged of falsehoods. Its city-states are built on deceit, and its faith is an instrument of deception. It is not but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing. In Eorzea, the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind. Which is strange, is it not? Are the 12 otherwise engaged? I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down?
The man has a point, except for the fact that I believe he's implying that the 12 human gods would actually temper people the same as the primals do. In fact, I believe it's implied that the main character himself is tempered.
They will answer, so long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether.
It's just a matter of that tempering gives me a whole hell of a lot of willingness to protect the world.
Your gods are no different from those of the beasts. Icons, everyone. Except but this, and you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry.
Again, he sort of has a point here.
Nor is this unknown to your masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Swan, to grovel at their feet? The answer? Your masters lack the strength to do otherwise.
Well, to be fair, I've been doing all the grunt work for all of the major stuff going on in the world since I was level 15.
Man to mean anything, man must own the world.
Even Lex Luthor has a point from time to time.
This end, he hath fought ever to raise himself through conflict, to grow rich through conquest.
Forget Lex Luthor, you're more Trace Kushranada at this point.
And when the dust of battle settles, it is ever the strong who dictate the fate of the weak.
Waywictus. Thus all, or what was it? Waywictus, right. Woe to the conquered.
Knowing this, but a single path is open to the infinite ruler, that of false worship, a path which leads to innovation and death.
Oh, that's a gunblade. You can see the barrel on the other side of the sword.
Only a man of power can rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this land of creeping mendacity, That one truth will prove its salvation. Come, champion of Eorzea. Face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule. It is only right that I should take your realm, for none among you has the power to stop me.
Bear in mind, we're listening to this about 30 minutes after we killed him. Five more, it looks like.
I had not thought to be so hard-pressed. Your strength is most impressive. Such power befits a ruler. Yet, you lack the resolve to put it to proper use. A waste.
That's ultimate weapon. Again, he's not really wrong. He believes what he's saying. I don't know if it's the light, but that armor, which I normally used to be in gray and black, has a gold sheen.
To do that, which you will not.
Feel free, Buckwheat. You know, we kind of kicked his ass pretty handily. This is what happened before the fight with the ultimate weapon. I was lucky the very first time I played through this that my free company were kind enough to let me watch these cutscenes in the mission.
But the ultimate weapon is all-powerful. Why does my enemy still stand?
This was after I kicked its ass the first time.
Can her strength truly be so great?
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
Oh, La Habrea.
La Habrea.
Your foe acts under the protection of the crystal she bears.
Okay.
So, this is what empowers her.
Beyond mortal limits.
So they're legitimately saying that I'm stronger than any human has a right to be.
If you are to prevail, the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to bear upon the shield of light. And so it shall, for the ultimate weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
Ascian?
The heart of Sabik. It is the weapon's core, an enigma whose surface even the vaunted scholars of ancient Alec failed to scratch.
The heart of Sabik? The hell?
Magic within has lain dormant for eons.
Of what magic do you speak?
A spell without parallel. Ultima.
As anybody remembers, Ultima, if it's in a Final Fantasy game, is usually the most powerful spell.
I sought the life force of the primals for no other reason but to quicken the core. For the true power of the Ultima weapon lies within its now beating heart.
What have you done?
No more than was necessary for my god to be reborn.
Ha ha ha. A silly atheist. That time you were working for the Dark God without even knowing. And that's as close as I'll get to any kind of religion or politics in my stream.
The hour is at hand. Behold but a sliver of my god's power. From the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble. Unleash Ultima!
Damn. I'm starting to think your god isn't so much Zodiark, but fucking Korn at this point with how much death and destruction you've just made. Well, with all the scheming, that'd be more Zanch's thing. And Hydaelyn saved me again.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
Bit late for that, but guys.
Oh, Hydaelyn. It seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left. Van Belzar, your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
We will speak later, Ascian. But first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier remains.
Well, we know.
Adventurer, let us find the answer together.
You know who's gonna win this one. But now that explains why the fight was in a big circle of flame. Okay, now just two more. We're in the home stretch. And this is, yeah, it's.
No, 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 no.
Aww, your mech's a piece of garbo. Poor fella.
Heed me. The subjects of a weak ruler must needs look to a higher power for providence, and their dependence comes at a cost to the realm. The misguided elevate the frail, and the frail lead the people astray.
Again, he believes everything he says.
Man of power wrests control. The cycle will never be broken.
And he's desperately begging me to rule, because if I don't, then the mistakes will just keep happening.
You of all people must see the truth in this. You who have the strength to rule.
Poor Gaius. You almost feel for him. He went out like he lived, believing his own bullshit.
Pathetic. You boasted of unrivaled power. You were entrusted with the ultimate weapon. The ultimate magic. And still, you failed. So much for the glory of man. The growing imbalance afflicting the planet must be redressed. If it is permitted to worsen, the very laws know you the root of this corruption.
So you're saying Hydaelyn is corruption?
Like a parasite, she must be burned out if the planet is to recover.
And again, the villain truly believes what he's saying.
And not but the return of the one true God will ensure her complete excision. Yet, to pave the way for the Master's return, a chaotic confluence of untold proportions must needs be brought about. And that will necessitate the presence of the primals. Needless to say, both you and your scion accomplices cannot be suffered to interfere in this endeavor. You will not leave this place alive.
Oh, I do believe I've already kicked your ass, man.
It is past time your flame was extinguished.
Okay, now we have one last cutscene and we're calling it. Okay. Got one thing I need to say to somebody first. Okay, one last cutscene and we're done.
If thou wouldst pierce the shadows, make thee a blade of light.
And this was where La Brea was forcibly separated from Thancred and forced to look in front of Hydaelyn. And all the Scions and everybody who stuck behind me this whole time. It's not just me you stand against, boy. This would have been awesome to have seen inside the actual dungeon. We are almost done for the day. And now we are done for the day. Sorry for that taking so long, but I told you there were a metric crap ton of cutscenes in there. A good 30 minutes worth. Which was longer than the whole time of the dungeon that I actually ran. So I'm going to call it for now. Thank you all for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse. Thank you and have a good one.